Hello, JC alumni and friends. I'm Spencer German, and I serve as the Alumni Engagement Specialist in the Office of Alumni Relations at John Carroll University. Thrilled to be back with our latest installment of the Young Alumni Spotlight, featuring this month Ryan Brown, who is a member of the class of 2018 and currently serves as the community manager at the Dispatch. Ryan, can't thank you enough for agreeing to be our Young Alumni Spotlight for the month of July. I'm going to give you the floor. I want you to kind of be able to talk a little bit about yourself, your story, and what it is that you do in your role with the Dispatch.
Sure. So thanks for having me on. First of all, an honor and a privilege anytime John Carroll asks me to do anything. My title right now is community manager at the Dispatch. First of all, what is the Dispatch? We're a center-right media company based out of Washington, D.C., mainly digital stuff. We have podcasts, newsletters, a website. And I like to say we're conservative, but not crazy, because there's a lot of craziness in politics across the board, no matter what side you're on. But I like to think we provide news and commentary for folks from the conservative point of view, but nothing that's too crazy. So that's what the Dispatch is. And then my role as community manager is to make sure that all of our members are happy with their subscription and feel like they're getting something that they can't get anywhere else. We're totally membership based. So we have over 35,000 members. And that's the main way our salaries get paid. That's the main way we do business, which is incredible. My job is to make sure that all those folks are happy and that they have no issues with their membership. So that's the current role.
Awesome. I want to take it back a little bit to just your time at John Carroll.
Yeah.
And how you would say your experiences on campus here sort of paved the way for you to not only just get to this role, but just where you're at in your career and where you see yourself going.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty clear that I would not be here in Washington, D.C., working at the Dispatch, if not for my life at Carroll. I was lucky enough to receive the Tim Russert Fellowship with NBC News and Meet the Press upon graduation, and that completely changed my life forever. Not just professionally, but I met my wife here in Washington, D.C., and now we have a child. So, once you have a kid, you kind of look back and think, how did we get here? And without having gone to John Carroll, I would not have the life I have today. And that started on campus doing the Carroll News. I was a tour guide, just got really engaged about sophomore year and just got really involved and met incredible people, still my best friends today. In fact, next weekend, all of us guys that used to live in the same house senior year getting together at Mike Amelbrandt, John Carroll employee, his parents' lake house. The connections you make are incredible, not just professionally, but personally.
I love the shout out from Mike. I hope he watches this.
Yeah. And Tane, his wife Tane. Very important.
Tane too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. She runs the show.
You mentioned your experience with the Meet the Press Fellowship, which is obviously one of the most prestigious honors people can leave this campus with and earning. And obviously you earned that as well. And it's so cool that you got to experience that. Just what were some of the things that you learned in that time with Meet the Press that you have kind of taken with you now further into your career?
Man, the fellowship is insane. You are really right in the thick of it at Meet the Press. They put you to work right away. They have you doing legit stuff. You're not just, you're not I hate to say it, but like a stereotypical DC intern getting coffee. That's just not what it is. You're really doing some serious work on one of the biggest stages in media right out of college. So you learn to grow up pretty fast. You learn how it all works. And then just the intangibles of just work hard, say yes to everything. I mean, there's a lot of stuff thrown your way. And I think one of the most important things I learned at Meet the Press was just say yes and figure it out. Because that's really respected, I think, not just in DC, but anywhere. If you're the guy that can just do whatever you're told, it goes a long way. And then you're given more responsibility as you grow from there. So I also would not have my job at the Dispatch if not for the host of Meet the Press, Chuck Todd, is good friends with my current boss. So again, just the personal connections that are made went a long way, to say the least.
You mentioned that you're a new dad. I can relate to this because I have
Yeah, man.
a 1-year-old myself.
Nice.
Do
Boy
you
or girl?
Sorry, what was that?
Boy or girl?
Boy.
For you.
Boy.
Nice.
How about you?
Girl.
Girl.
Married.
Okay.
4 months old.
Wow, you're real fresh then.
Yeah, we are right
that
in
was
the
gonna be
thick
my
of it.
next question for you. Do you feel the environment and the pace at Meet the Press and being sort of having to be a sponge there, more pressure in that role, or do you feel more pressure now as a dad and a parent?
Well, I will say having an amazing wife helps a lot being a parent.
That's
But
fair.
because Meet the Press was a Sunday morning talk show, we had to get up at 4 a.m. every Sunday. So I guess that training came in nicely once you have a kid, because you're up at any hour and all hours. Yeah, no, but pressure wise, I love being a dad. I think some people, you know, it should be a lot of pressure. You're responsible for another human, but it's so fun. It's so fun.
Yeah.
I'm really lucky. So the dispatch is mostly hybrid work environment. We have an office that I could go into, but my wife goes into her office 4 days a week. So I'm at home with little baby Meredith most of the time during the day, which is incredible. Not many dads get to have that privilege. So it's been awesome. It's been really fun.
Yeah.
Really fun.
No, that's awesome. And that's great. You get to experience that. Being like I said, a somewhat fresh dad, a little bit further along, but not too far. I can relate to those moments and just how special it is. So back to sort of just your career and how you got to where you are. What were some of the challenges as you look back that you faced, and how did you deal with those? I guess also I'll clarify too, like both, I guess, at JCU and trying to maybe figure out what you wanted to do, but then also just professionally.
Yeah, I think something maybe we all probably struggle with, but no one really talks about, is imposter syndrome. So basically, like feeling like, I don't know if I'm really the guy that should be doing this. I don't know if like, do people really know how smart I am? Actually not. And that started at John Carroll, not because of the people at John Carroll, but I was kind of thrown into the role of editor-in-chief of the Carroll News. It's not something I really sought out, but I was kind of the only person that was qualified and able to do it senior year. So right away I was like, oh man, that's a huge role. I don't know if I can really do that. But I had to. So I learned to and did it, and I hope did it well. And then, yeah, as you grow professionally, at almost every stage of my career, I felt like, boy, am I really the guy that's best suited for this? And I think it's something a ton of people feel all the time, no matter where you are. And it's especially in DC because there's so much political pressure. So yeah, that's definitely been a challenge, but I think eventually I realized that everyone else feels it too. And so as long as you can just recognize it and then just get over it and do the job, then you're much better suited.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. I mean, I know I can relate to the imposter syndrome thing. I think a lot of
everybody
can. So
yeah,
no, it's a good point by you. You mentioned too the community here. I'm just curious. You know, you're acutely aware just how special there is of like a vibe here on campus. Just faculty, staff, the student body, etc., all the way on down. It's an environment where I think students can feel supported and uplifted in pursuing their goals. Is there anybody from your time here at Carroll, maybe it could be a student, but it also could be maybe a faculty member or staff member who you felt kind of became a mentor or a guide for you that kind of helped you in your path?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. So my advisor, Dr. Colin Swearingen, who I don't talk to enough anymore, but it was funny. There was some times in his office where it's because I kind of knew I wanted the fellowship, but I didn't think I was qualified. And so I'd be in his office and be like, man, Doc, I don't know. I don't think I can do this. Like, I probably just want to apply. And he like very, very seriously leaned in and was like, Ryan, you need to apply for the fellowship. I was like, oh, okay. Got it. I will. So that helped a lot. That extra push of being like, hey, you can do it. That helped a lot. Yeah, I should reach out to Dr. Swearingen more. And then a ton of people in campus ministry, and that's more life-oriented than career-oriented. But I was just texting with someone that used to work at Carroll and was a leader on a bunch of our retreats just to catch up. So yeah, the bonds you make are strong and effective.
All right, I like to always end with this one. It's the go-to question for the Young Alumni Spotlight. If you could give one piece of advice to a current JCU student, maybe working their way to graduation, maybe they're going to be a graduating senior, maybe they're a little bit younger, sophomore year, getting ready for that upperclassman life in the next couple of years, what piece of advice would you want to give them?
Yeah, I knew this was coming, so I'm a little bit prepared for this. First piece is just relax. Like, it's all going to work out. It might not be immediately what you think it's going to be, but life finds a way of working out. And if you keep a positive attitude, it'll be good. Second piece is whatever career you do get into, and I think I mentioned it before, but just say yes. Like, if someone asks you to do something, say yes. Ask questions. If you don't know how, it's okay to admit, hey, I'm not totally sure how to do this. Can I get some coaching? Can I get some mentoring on how to do this, or just Google it? And then finally is just enjoy. I mean, especially those years, that last year of college can be so fun and so great. There's so many positive things ahead. Just lean back, don't forget to enjoy it. And yeah, I think those are the main three.
All right, another one of the books. He's Ryan Brown, our July Young Alumni Spotlight.
July, we're just getting it in there, man.
Yeah, getting it in the buzzer, exactly.
It's my fault. It's my fault.
Stay tuned, everybody, for another Young Alumni Spotlight coming up here in the month of August. Take care.